Alright, here we are at 1440p, low settings, no FSR, no upscaling, no frame generation, no help at all, just low settings, straight 1440p. As you can see, the textures are pretty rough. They, definitely take a hit on this low setting. But with that, let's just keep on going and get through this test pretty quickly. We're just going to go up to medium and see where we're at there. So we're going to jump over here. Graphics, come down here. Everything is pretty straightforward so far. We're just trying to see if we can get some ray tracing to run eventually on this title. So we're at 115 FPS. We're using 6.2 gigs and allocating 9.1. So, that's pretty normal, standard business kind of stuff. Looking pretty good though. For the most part, running just fine. 118 FPS. The frame time graph is dead flat. That's what you want to see. Looks like everything is operational and running just fine. So let's just keep going around here and see what else we can get into. We're going to go high, very high, then cinematic. And I'd like to take this time to remind everyone, please subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you and welcome back to the channel. Alright, so yeah, make sure you take care of that, hit the bell, all that kind of stuff. And let's get back into it. So this is a high preset. Again, nothing has changed. We're just on regular old 1440, no FSR, no upscaling, no frame generation, nothing like that. Alright, so we're just going to keep on running through here. This has been opened. There's a boss fight up there, and I took care of that on my last video. By the way, if you would like to see this at 4K, the same test, click up here and that video will pop up. I'll also link it at the very end of the video, so you won't miss it. You can watch this whole thing and then still catch it at the end. Alright, so we're at 90 FPS here, 0.1% low, 64 FPS, looking solid, really good, metrics so far. Game runs great on this card, even at 4K, as you can see in my other test. But on that particular test, it sort of fell apart once ray tracing was introduced. So we're just trying to knock it down to 1440 here to see if we can get away with some ray tracing. Even low ray tracing just was really tough for it to run. And again, you can see that on that 4K video. So hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit of ray tracing at 1440 here with this card, but only time will tell. We'll jump into it here momentarily. We're just getting all the base numbers here. 79 FPS here, kind of standard stuff. Allocating 10.1 gigs and using 7.2. So, that allocation is well into the double digits there, 10.1. So 16 on this card, so we're fine. Everything's rocking along just fine though. So let's just keep going, go up to that very next level. Again, just trying to get some base numbers here, go through all the different presets. That way, if we do need to go down, we kind of know what to expect. All right, so right here at 1440p, we're at 60 FPS with no upscaling, no ray tracing, and no frame generation at 1440p. 60 FPS, give or take. I mean, you're right there around it. 60 down to 53, depends on the parts, but we also went up to 65 just then. Our averages, don't pay attention to that. That's averaging all the other tests, so that's going to be pretty all over the place right now. But for the most part, we're okay. Everything's being utilized just fine. Everything's nice normal temperatures. It looks good. All right, so what if we take this and do a little bit of ray tracing? Let's just go ahead and apply that, because that's kind of what I started this test for, was just to see what ray tracing would do, even at low. I'm going to restart and then I'll come back. All right, so here we are. I've restarted. We have ray tracing on now. This is ray tracing low at 1440p, and yeah, it's looking pretty rough. We are at 25 FPS, but we have not done any upscaling yet, so this is kind of to be expected. So let's just jump over here, do a quick recap, and see where we're at. All right, so I don't know, there we go. Having some trouble loading the menu sometimes. All right, so here we go. Let's just drop this down to a quality preset, so that would be 67. Again, this is off right now, no frame generation. Our preset is still cinematic, and we have low ray tracing enabled. So let's just see what that does for us. And let's jump back into it, see what kind of uplift we got there. All right, so that gives us 42 FPS, noticeably smoother, noticeably snappier, and just like feels a lot better than a PowerPoint presentation, but it's still not 60. And in this title, that just might be something that you're going to have to accept, is that you're not going to get a solid 60 with ray tracing enabled. Ray tracing on this card still just really tanks the performance pretty bad. But, let's go to a performance FSR upscaling and see if that gets us close. And then maybe we'll be close enough to 60 to do some frame generation and make this a nice playable experience that you can enjoy for the whole game. So let's jump over and do that, because right now we're fine on our VRAM. I'm not worried about our VRAM, so we can frame generate, no problem. But I just want to get that base frame rate back up, because it is not looking good. All right, so let's just see what it does here. This is just a performance upscale, and that gets us right under 60, not quite, but again, this is fine. On a title like this, you don't necessarily have to have exactly 60. I mean, it looks beautiful. I mean, look at it. It's a pretty game still. But 72 FPS here, you're still doing okay in some aspects of it, some areas for sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to fight this dude again or not, but we're just going to run by and check it out. There was some guys here. Let's see, I hear some people. I'm not sure if I've taken care of quite everybody yet. So anyway, let's just run up here and see what's going on. Yeah, we got 52 FPS here. So yeah, definitely some, there we go. Took care of those guys pretty quick. I'm playing this at the end of the game. So yeah, I'm pretty powerful for this area, but still, fun game. I mean, just all around wonderful experience. I haven't been down here yet, though, I believe. Anyway, so let's just keep going. Let's turn on some frame generation and see what that does for us. Because, going up on our ray tracing, well, we haven't done that yet. Let's do that first. Let's go up on our ray tracing. Let's go to medium and just see what we can expect. With medium ray tracing, it might not be too bad. All right, yeah, so 65 FPS on medium ray tracing here. This is with a performance upscale again, so everything's really, really nice looking. This at 1440 is noticeably much better than at 4K for sure, which, I mean, that's kind of stating the obvious, but still, I mean, it's just looks like this is a nice 1440p card for this title for sure. Okay, start dodging. Man, I did not realize I was going to get shot at. All right, where's this dude at? There he is. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Golly. All right, come on. Jeez. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right. I don't know. I'm not sure what's up here. Probably some huge boss or whatever. But anyway, let's just jump over and do another set of ray tracing. Go up one more because, I just want to see. I'm just absolutely just so curious what we can do on this card when it comes to ray tracing. So that really tanked it. I mean, 31 FPS. Now you could take this and frame generate. I mean, you could. It would not be a great experience as far as like responsiveness goes, but I mean, this isn't exactly like a first-person shooter, super fast-paced game. Like, as long as you have smooth movement and a nice, even frame time graph, which clearly it looks pretty good here, you can definitely enjoy this title even at sub 60. I wouldn't be like super afraid of, not being able to get to 60 FPS on this game. Now, let's just see. Let's just throw on some frame gen, see what happens. I'm not expecting miracles here, but let's go with it. All right, so it keeps wanting to do that. It always goes down a little bit every time I come in here. All right, so we're going to turn that on. This is in Chinese. That is on. It's just a bug that they refuse to fix. I'm not sure why. All right, so that gives us 60 FPS. Looks smoother. Looks nicer as far as like fluidity and stuff. Now, if you were on a controller, I probably would say this would be a fine way to play it. Now, performance does get a little rough as far as like It looks a little sandy, it looks a little grainy, like almost there's like an artificial film grain on it. But, you know, it does still play well. Now you can go back up to cinematic here. It's not going to be like the most wonderful thing, but see, it keeps wanting to go down one. I'm not sure what the heck that's about. All right, so you can go back up to, what did I say, cinematic? I meant you can change cinematic and go down to medium. So you can go down to medium, leave this one very high. Let's turn off the frame gen just to get a base, you know, kind of what it would look like, because medium don't look bad. Medium looks pretty good on this title, and you know that's going to give you 40 FPS with very high ray tracing before you frame generate. So again, you know, playing with all these settings, going through everything to suit your preferences and your play style, you know, that's you know, again, a very personal decision. Yeah, I say that all the time. It's just, you know, this is kind of giving you a quick overview of kind of what you can expect. Now, yeah, I've definitely not been in this area before because these guys are still alive. All right, so yeah, let's go over here and let's just check out, let's see, that was medium. Let's go with, let's see, what haven't we done yet? Let's go with medium, bring that up to a quality preset because it just looks better. Leave that on medium and ray tracing on very high. And let's check that out. All right, so we are looking like not great, 23 FPS. I do enjoy the way quality looks a little bit better than performance at 1440, just because performance at 1440 is getting quite low as far as like a base resolution goes. But you know, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. All right, so that's about 30 FPS or so. Let's jump over here, come in here and kick on. That is driving me crazy that it changes every time. All right, so kick on some frame gen. Again, this is medium preset, ray tracing very high with a quality setting on our super resolution. All right, come in here, let's check this out. All right, so that is 56. That gets you right at 60. I mean, 55, even 45 on this title, especially if you're on a controller, feels just fine. You know, it's higher than a lot of consoles target. A lot of consoles target 30 FPS, and this is definitely higher than 30 FPS. Kill this nightmare of a thing. God. Okay, there we go. All right, so yeah, we're at 46 FPS. Let's turn on some frame gen, see what it looks like there. So we're gonna come back, kick that back. Oh, that was frame gen. Never mind. That was with frame gen. So let's turn that back off. All right, so this is frame gen off. Let's apply it. All right, so we go down in the 20s. All right, so yeah, that was with frame. I'm sorry, that was with frame gen on. This is with frame gen off. I'll make sure that the titles at the top match because those I do in post production. So always reference the black bar at the top with the settings. Sometimes I do. Just in the middle of talking, say the wrong thing. All right, so anyway, 27 FPS there. All right, let's just go with kind of what I would do. And what I would do would come in here. I would definitely use a quality upscale. I would make sure that my frame generation was absolutely turned on, and I would turn my ray tracing to medium, and I would set my preset to medium. So medium, frame generation on with a super resolution of 67, which is a quality setting, and that should provide 81 82 FPS, and that is of course with frame generation, so we're probably about at a 50 or so, 45 maybe. And this feels really nice, it feels really fluid. You're not giving up a lot of visual fidelity. You have some nice ray tracing, but you know, you're able to do that ray tracing because you're given a little bit of a concession when it comes to the preset you're running. You're running a medium preset, which, you know, outside of some of the, you know, more technically challenging things like waving grass and all that kind of thing, it looks fine. I mean, medium looks really good in this title. Low looks really, really low. The jump from low to medium is the most significant jump to me. just based on what I've been able to see here. All right, let's go ahead and handle these dudes. Wrong direction. There you go. Aim the right way. All right, so that's kind of how I would play this. And yeah, so if anyone's just curious what it would do without frame generation, let's check that out, because I don't want to mislead anyone. Frame generation is fake frames at the end of the day. All right, so yeah, 45 FPS, about what I guessed, 50 or so. Yep. So 50 FPS, you can frame generate from 50, no problem, and still enjoy a little bit of ray tracing on 1440p with the 9070 XT. And yeah, this has been Wukong. And yeah, check out my video at the very end. It should be up on the screen now. If not, it's about to be popped up here. So yeah, I did run this at 4K with this same card. If you would like to check that out as well, please do so. And if you haven't subscribed, please jump in and click that sub button. Give me a like. It helps me out tremendously. And we will see you in the very next video. Thank you. Peace.